What up, guys? It is me, Mecha Otaku Gamer here, back at it again with another video, and today I am talking about Metal Slug from SNK, my favorite arcade run and gun series. This is all the gameplay that you're seeing is from the Metal Slug anthology that I recently acquired digitally for like $4 off of the PlayStation Store. I have it on my PlayStation 5. I've been playing a lot of it recently, playing through all the different games, popping off almost all the trophies. The ones that are going to be some of the hardest ones for me to get, and kind of the reason why I'm making this video is just to claim that even though I absolutely love Metal Slug, I've played the games to death over and over and over again. I've put so many hours into this series ever since I played Metal Slug 1, 2, and X on a MAME arcade emulator that my dad had on our family PC growing up, all the way up until now playing the Metal Slug anthology. A great collection, by the way. I love that they have the Metal Slug anthology available on the PlayStation 4 and 5 digitally. You can get it physically for PS4 via limited run, but that is kind of pricey, so I would highly recommend, if you really want the anthology, to get it digitally. I don't know if it's still on sale for $4, but when I got it just about a week ago, it was on sale for about $4, so I kind of got lucky there, because I love these games, and for $4, that seemed like a really, really great deal. You could put hundreds of hours into these games and still have a lot of fun. There's some games have like multiple different routes to the levels, so you can discover like all the different secrets. There's still some secrets that I'm still figuring out that are in these Metal Slug games to this day, so that's pretty cool. But the main reason I wanted to talk about this series is mainly due to the fact that, honestly, I quite suck at Metal Slug. I'm not the greatest. I've never done like a 1 credit clear of these games. I've never been able to make it through an entire game without having to continue after a game over less than like 10 times. Most of my playthroughs, at the very end, I see like how many times I've had to continue, and it's like 40 plus, and I'm like, holy crap. Especially the bosses, like the boss fights alone, like I'm trying my best to figure out the patterns so I can make my way through most of the boss fights. Now, on the bright side, I am seeing some improvement with my skills. I've been able to make it through like the first level of my favorite Metal Slug game, which is Metal Slug 3, and most of the second level without dying once, which is amazing. I love Metal Slug 3. That's one game where it has multiple different routes, and I'll definitely be talking more in depth about each of these games in future videos that I have planned. But today I just want to talk about my skills with Metal Slug. All of the gameplay that you're seeing here was recorded by me via my PS5, playing the Metal Slug anthology, and some of Metal Slug 3, which I had standalone outside of the anthology, which has its own list of trophies to obtain. Now, I'm not a trophy hunter, but I would love to get a couple more platinums. The first platinum I ever got was for Ape Escape on the Loose, which I can't remember if I've already talked about that. But I am looking into getting the platinums for Metal Slug anthologies at some point. Hopefully, from continuous play, I am able to figure out all the different patterns to the enemies and the level layouts and be able to make my way through without having to get a game over so many times. It's just absolute craziness. But I still have a lot of fun despite my skills not being the greatest with these arcade games. I suck at fighting games, I suck at shmups, I suck at these run and gun games. I feel like the only genre I don't really suck at is RPGs. There's a lot of RPGs that I could go through the entire game without getting a single game over once. and my skills with RPGs have definitely improved from the very beginning, back in 2015 when I got into the genre up until now. But when it comes to Metal Slug and all these other different arcade games that I grew up playing, I've been playing these for the last couple decades, and I still absolutely suck at them. But despite me sucking, I still love them. Metal Slug to this day is one of the greatest series I've ever played, and I do not regret ever getting into these games despite my skill level being that of like a noob to this day. But like I did say, I am improving. I've noticed recently, since I've been playing a lot of Metal Slug, I've been kind of dealing with a little bit of RPG burnout, so I decided to just keep playing Metal Slug. I have a lot of fun playing these games. They're like great to just pop in and play for an hour, play like one or two of the games on the Metal Slug Anthology Collection. And, I mean, doesn't really matter which game I play, I have a lot of fun with them. Even the ones that I don't really care that much about, like Metal Slug 4. Not also a big fan of Metal Slug, like the original Metal Slug. If I were to rank the Metal Slug games, I'd put 3 and 5 as my top favorites. Then Metal Slug 6, and then 2/X, and then 1, and then 4 being my least favorite in the series. And even I'm getting a little tongue tied here, but even with Metal Slug 4, it's still a lot of fun. I would highly recommend playing it. I'd highly just recommend playing any Metal Slug game. These games, even to this day, look absolutely great. They're a lot of just dumb fun. They're not story heavy. There's a lot of different like power ups and vehicles you can do, and you just blast your way through. And these are great for just like turning your brain off and just having fun. And you can also play them 2-player, which is also nice. Have yet to really do that. But enough about like that. I want to go back to just talking about like my skill level with Metal Slug, how they're improving, and hopefully someday I will attempt a 1 credit clear and beat successful. And that's something that I want to do with any arcade game, any arcade shooters. I love arcade shoot 'em ups. It's one of my favorite genres that I grew up playing. I have a lot of history with games like Blazing Star, Metal Slug, and Prehistoric Isle. I've played some other shmups like Zed Blade was on that MAME arcade emulator. I also played some of the shmups that were on the Wii and PS2, like R-Type Final and the Ultimate Shooting Collection. One of my favorites on that was Raider G, also known as Radio Allergy, and then there's Chaos Field. But Metal Slug is my overall favorite. I love SNK's flagship arcade shooter series to death. And I hope one day we can finally get a Metal Slug 8. I would love to see the series continue. I know they just came out with Metal Slug Tactics, which is a spin-off by Emu and some other developers. It's a tactical RPG type game set in the Metal Slug series. There's also Metal Slug Attack and Defense, which were mobile games that I got into. Some tower defense games that were a lot of fun to play. But I prefer the run and gun arcade games. They are some of the best out there. I cannot talk enough about them, hence why I've been playing a lot of them. They're just some of my favorite games to play for an hour or two and just have fun. And that's pretty much it I don't really know what else I could go into without like turning this into a full on like review of Metal Slug, like going over the story, which there is a story, there is some lore to Metal Slug, but I'll save that for another day. So I just want to end this video off here by saying that despite my skill level and me sucking so much at this game, and that might sound like I'm being like talking bad about myself, but it isn't. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit that I suck at these arcade style games, but I still absolutely love playing them every now and then. Even though I'm a big RPG guy, I still love other games outside of RPGs, like these arcade run and gun shooter games, the bullet hell shooters and all that, and platformers and whatnot, fighting games. Unless it's like Blaze Blue, I just completely suck at fighting games. And when it comes to arcade shooters, like outside of Metal Slug, I suck. I mean, I still suck at Metal Slug, but I am improving. So it's nice to know that I am improving at something there, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with where my skill level is at right now, and one day I will be able to do that one credit clear. So that's kind of it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling on about Metal Slug for a little over than 10 minutes. There's a lot more that I want to share with these games that I will save for future videos, talking more about arcade games that I grew up playing. I definitely want to talk more about that. Even though my channel is more heavily focused on like PlayStation, these arcade games that I grew up playing definitely kind of led me into who I am to this day. So with that, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Metal Slug is great. I highly recommend playing it if you haven't already. And if you have, let me know in the comment section below, like, what are some of your reasons why you love playing Metal Slug, and which one is your favorite in the series if you've played them all. So with that, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I am Metal Gamer, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.